After the Panthers acquired former third overall pick Sam Darnold from the Jets, reports are that they are now shopping quarterback Teddy Bridgewater. Now, in case you don't remember, Teddy Bridgewater this time last year signed a 3-year, $63 million contract. And after an up and down year, it looks like his time in Carolina is probably coming to an end. They traded a second round pick and more for Sam Darnold. It looks like he's gonna be the new stopgap option. He's gonna be the new person who they're gonna see and evaluate where he is in his career and if he's gonna be the guy. And $63 million. I know backups these days are making a hell of a lot of money. Chase Daniel can attest to that, but I think they're probably smart to at least shop Teddy Bridgewater. Any potential takers you think if they were to do so, and if so, how much?
I can't think of any off the top of my head right now. You got to understand, there's a lot of flux. Maybe Chicago. I don't know because the quarterback situation is like very sketchy in Chicago with the whole Mitch Trubisky not working out, and another one I could potentially see, maybe Minnesota. I don't know. Like that marriage might be coming to an end
Yeah,
sooner or
they were
later.
trying to trade Cousins earlier this offseason.
So that could be coming to an end. Even though who was it? What did Washington sign Case Keenum? Who signed Case Keenum?
I'm
Did
not
you?
sure. I haven't heard much from Case Keenum. He might actually still be on the Browns, but Washington signed Brian Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, they signed Fitzmagic. So I mean, I could maybe see Washington. I don't know though, because if they have to trade for him, not necessarily signing him outright.
Like you not only have to trade, but you also have to pick up that $63 million contract.
Right. So I mean, as of right now, I guess the only two that I can really see teams that don't really have a franchise or a team that might not be as in on their quarterback as they might have implied could be Denver. I don't know if Denver is as sold on Drew Lock as
Yeah,
people think. Denver could
yeah,
be a potential
that's
landing
an
spot.
option. I
Yeah,
think yeah.
Denver.
So for me it's honestly between Denver, like you said, because he has to go to a team that one is not paying their starting quarterback or the other quarterbacks on their depth chart a lot of money. So for me, that would immediately rule out places like Chicago, Washington. It would rule out a lot of other places. But the one place that keeps coming back into my head is actually somewhere where Teddy Bridgewater has had success. It's somewhere where Teddy Bridgewater was just as recently as 2 years ago, the New Orleans Saints. Now, I know they paid Case Keenum that weird contract, but that says it's $120 million, but it's like really like a $6 million a year deal masked as 100 and whatever $1 million. So I think they have the room, I think, to go get him. And I think they also have the incentive because Teddy Bridgewater showed in that offense with the same players, he actually did better than Taysom Hill. He actually did better than what a lot of people think Winston would be. And I think for that offense, Teddy Bridgewater can do similar things to what Drew Brees did. He have like the biggest arm in the world? No, but he's accurate. It's about timing in that offense. It's about making sure you're able to see up the field. It's about making sure you're smart and you're able to read the defenses and change the look if you need to, right? So those are all things that Teddy Bridgewater is really good at. He's not good at the driving the ball downfield necessarily a lot. He's not consistent with it, but he doesn't need to be in that offense because Drew Brees for the last 3 years of his career, what was he doing? He was throwing like 3 yard slant routes to Michael Thomas. So
Kamara. That's the offense was.
and yeah, and it worked. It got him to the NFC Championship game a few times. So that's not bad. I think Teddy, when he was there, he went, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, I think he went like 4-1 as a starter. He was very successful in that, and that's what ended up getting him his contract with the Carolina Panthers. So if I'm Sean Payton, and I know that the Carolina Panthers, they're probably incentivized to get rid of that contract. They're incentivized to maybe shop Teddy Bridgewater to give Sam Darnold that little extra boost of confidence. I'd throw in I'd be like, hey, 5th round pick for Teddy Bridgewater, 6th round pick, like something like that. See gauge where they are, and I think it would be smart for them because they're also in flux with their quarterback situation. Like you can't tell me honestly that between Jameis Winston and Taysom Hill, that you have your guy at the quarterback position.
Jameis
You
Winston. Jameis Winston. I think the Jameis Winston thing is just based off of I think it's based off of whatever potential they think he can still reach, which I don't know if he really has that much more potential. I mean, even though statistically he is one of the best, what is it, offensively, statistically, yards wise, he racks up yards. He
He
does
also racks up interceptions, but
interceptions. Yes.
people like to ignore that.
So that's one thing with Jameis is if they're willing to. If I mean, I don't know. I agree with that. They're very that situation is very up in the air when in New Orleans, just because Taysom Hill. I mean, Taysom Hill is solid. He's solid, but he's not. Teddy.
Yeah, I think Teddy would probably be a better option, honestly. Like, also worst case, right? Worst case scenario, Teddy Bridgewater's contract is also one of those, like, you can get rid of him after a year kind of deals. Like, you can get rid of almost any quarterback after a year these days. Like, doesn't matter. Like, the Chiefs want to get rid of Pat Mahomes, they could probably do it tomorrow. But again, I think if the Saints were smart, and they are, I think, if they're smart, they would look at it as a situation where, okay, we don't know if these two guys are the guy, but there is a person who is successful in our offense, knows the offense, and knows it well, and has some chemistry with these people, with these receivers and these weapons that could come in and also compete. I think, let's say your option one in Taysom Hill doesn't work, your option two in James Winston doesn't show up. You might as well have a viable option three, or he might be 2A or 1A or whatever, right? You might as well add another option in there just to see, because you want to give yourself as many options to find your quarterback of the future as soon as possible. And if there's anywhere where Teddy Bridgewater can be successful, if there's anywhere where he can go and make an impact, it's the Saints. Denver, he'll go there, but honestly, he'll just be a stopgap until they pick another trash quarterback next year, because John Elway doesn't know how to draft quarterbacks. But you see, I think that gives him the best chance of success, and also gives the Saints a better chance of success. So I think it works for everybody.